Good morning, another day. This is Clarissa Myers coming to you live on this Thursday?
Wednesday.
No, I think it's Thursday. It's Thursday, the 25th. And Roland?
Good morning. Good to have everybody here.
Yes, we are out. I normally walk, but I am not at the point where I can do a lot of walking, and I really wanted to come to the park. Anyway, I'm just going to share some information with you. I read and I listen to some podcasts by Jim Rohn. He is just full of all these gems and nuggets that can help so many people. He's helping me. So I just thought I'd share some of the things that I've learned on how you can take charge of your life, how I have taken charge of my life. Good morning, Constance. Good morning to you. And good morning, John. Good morning. Tell me, when you're tuning in, be sure to tell me where you're tuning in from, because I like to be able to greet you properly. So, taking charge of your life. Back to that. Some of the things that Jim said that might cause you to ponder, because it really made a lot of sense to me. One was, you can have more than you've got right now because you can become more than you are. Think about that for a second. You can have more than you've got right now because you can become more than you are. Another point that he made that I've been thinking about is your income doesn't fall far from your personal development. I'll say that again. Your income doesn't fall far from your personal development. Good morning, Janet. Glad that you can join us this morning. He also said success is something that you attract. That means the success has to be in you. It's not something that you need to pursue. So I'm just going to share four of the main themes that four of the lessons that he shared in his podcast. Have you ever walked up to someone and you outstretched your hand to greet them, and their hand just kind of like slides out of your hand? I mean, it's no grip or anything. It just kind of feels creepy. Sometimes maybe some people don't know that there is a way to shake someone's hand, and when you meet them, you have a genuine smile, not like a scowl on your face. So there are things that we can do to improve ourselves, to connect better with others. All right, so how do you increase your value? We all have 24 hours in a day, but how is it that you can increase your value? Good morning, Nandita. Nandita, good morning to you. Thank you for joining. Good morning, Jay, Cousin Jay. Glad you're here. Yes, and good morning, Michael. I'm missing people, Roland. Good morning, Yvette. I can wave to you too. Michael. I think I said Michael. Yeah. Yes, be sure to tune in and tell me where you're tuning in from. Someone tuned in from Australia, and then someone was from Ghana. Someone as far as, where was it? Was it in the Philippines? That'll be great. Anyway, so how can you increase your value? It's really simple. Simple. He says we are to work harder on ourselves than we do where? On our jobs, right? Isn't that what he said? Work harder on yourself than you do on your job. Working on developing you, improving you, making you the best version of yourself.
Well, that's where that personal brand come in.
Yes.
You start branding yourself.
Yes. In terms of even acquiring knowledge, he says he gave us two themes, and one is he equates life and business as I'll put it how he said it. Life and business is the changing seasons. Life and business are like changing seasons. Just take for winter for instance. Winter could be compared to hard times, difficulties, struggles. You can't change the seasons, But guess what? You can change you and how you react to them. Life gets better not by chance. You ever heard people say, oh, I wish things were better? You can't change what's going on around you on the outside. The only thing that you can, each one of us, we can change is ourselves and how we react, how we respond to challenges that come our way.
And that's by design.
Yes. And those challenges, those difficulties, those winter nights, that winter season is to help us not only in our lives to overcome these challenges, but it helps us to be like a mentor or a guide to someone else who's going through their winter storms. And by the way, the seasons don't stay forever. A dark cloud may not be over your house forever, every day, week in, week out, month in, month out. Spring will come. So you just have to endure, and during that winter season, continue to work on you. Don't wish for life to be better. Wish for you to be wiser. Wish for you to have better skills to deal with challenges. So work on you. I'm working on me. All right, so that was one thing. Learn how to handle the winter. He also said that we need to learn to take advantage of the springtime. Because spring, that's when this newness, newness of life. That's when opportunities come. So how can you take charge of spring? How can you take advantage of the spring when, you weren't preparing during the winter? All right, so whatever you're doing, be able to set aside a little something, because an opportunity will come. And if you're unprepared with whatever, maybe funds that you need to make an investment, then that opportunity whizzes right on by, And he also said, so do something quickly. Take advantage of the opportunity quickly, because it's not going to last forever. We each are given just so many opportunities, and it's going to take a whole year, possibly more, and it possibly may not even come around. And not only that, life is short. We're not guaranteed to be around here next year, next month, so they say strike while the iron is hot.
And seize the
Yes,
day.
seize the moment, seize the opportunities that come our way. All right. The third thing he said is learn to protect your crops. I was thinking about that. Sometimes you have an idea, and maybe you didn't share it with the right person. You didn't share it with a trusted friend. They might say, "Oh, that's not a good idea," and they get you off track. They make you start doubting yourself. You have to take care of your crops, because even weeds will grow up in the garden and choke out your plants. Mm-hmm. You were saying something about that, Roland. What were you saying? About comments that...
Yeah, a lot of times, comments may come from jealousy. Someone may see that what you have is good, and because they're not thinking of it, or because they lack the will, they want to try to shoot down your ambition. So, you need to think of the human heart when it comes to that issue.
That's right. And he says, all good will be attacked. Every garden will have invaders unless you protect it. So your ideas, whatever that you have, that you're nurturing, and he says to stick with it. You start something, you need to see it through. There will be challenges, but that's part of the human experience. You need to continue, work at it. Just like a garden, the crops are not going to just grow up. The farmer has to continue to tend to that garden, pull up the weeds, and protect. Oopsie, something was coming across there. Yes. Let's see. Thank you for the hearts. Some people are here, and I'm not looking at this. I'm sorry, there's some others who came on. Good morning, Tina. I can wave to you. Let's see, who else did I miss? Liston. Good morning, Liston. And, if this message is not for you, that's okay. But if you would do me a favor and just share this out, because though it may not be for you, it could be for someone that you know who's been contemplating starting their business and moving forward in their life, but need a little encouragement to keep going forward. All right. And number 4, the 4th thing he said is to learn to reap in the fall without complaint. There's some of us, you hear the geese, right? There's some of us, and I can think of one person in particular, but I'm not going to say his name, who never accept responsibility. They blame everyone else. They blame the government. They lay blame on anyone else except themselves. We have to accept responsibility when things don't necessarily turn out the way we thought or where we expected them to, and not lay blame on others. That way you accept and then you move on. You don't stay wallowing and dwelling on whatever. Because, sometimes businesses, several people who've started businesses, it didn't take off on the first go. It takes trial and error. Of course, some people learn it early in life if they have a coach that can steer them in their thinking and help them to reach for their goals and achieve them. And this is the last thing I wanted to bring to you. Well, no, I have something else. It's not what happens to us in life that determines our quality or our quantity. It's the way that we react, the way that we change, the way that we respond, that can change everything. People like he gave the example of someone who goes out and just commits a heinous crime, maybe kill someone. They chose to do that act. Of course, that's a negative thing, and that could change their life forever. They'd be behind bars forever or for life. But you can change to do something positive. Just like you could do something positive that benefits you, that grows you, that stretches you, that allows you to not only impact you, but you can be like a role model, motivator to someone else.
There are always options.
That's right.
Just because you didn't think of it right away doesn't mean an option doesn't exist.
So here's what he says. What will your life look like in 5 years? Some people can predict that. For some people, there's going to be no change, because you can look back 5 years in the past, and if you continue to do the same thing, expecting different results, that's the definition of insanity, right? But if you make a change, make a decided change to develop you, to grow you, to learn all you can. A lot of time is lost in just idleness, just watching a TV show. I mean, nothing's wrong with watching TV, but we can't be glued to this thing that's not really building you up. So find ways that you can increase your value by the things that you read, the learning that you're putting into yourself.
And I think the best way to predict the future is to follow a blueprint.
Yes.
As a builder follows a blueprint, he can determine what the building's going to look like. And that's what we need to do for our lives, follow a blueprint.
So he says, if you don't have enough, change it. If something doesn't suit you anymore, change it. If something doesn't please you, change it. Yeah, if you don't like your address where you're living, you can change it, because we're not trees. We're not trees planted, where we have to stay in one spot. We can change our lives. And so that's the basic thought that I want to bring to you this morning. It's a series of thoughts that I'm going to be bringing you for the next, few weeks on personal development. I thank you for joining me. It's a little cool out here. It's like 30 36 degrees, 37.
Yeah, something like that.
So we're not going to be out here too long. Be sure to share this out. Thank you for joining me, especially the replayers, because you could choose to do something else with your life. But I just wanted to bring some thoughts for you to ponder, and that can help you develop you and grow you. Good morning, Rolita. Good morning. Good morning, Sensei Sabira. I'm glad that you're here, that you can join me this morning. Good morning, is that Edson? Edson? Good morning. Thank you for scribing for me, Miss Rolita. And you have the power inside of you to make that change. Somewhere in the description, I do have a link for attraction marketing. We don't go chasing after people for leads or anything like that. Our vibration radiates out. And if what I said radiates or connects or resonates with you, be sure to send me a friend request. And I'll be sure, number one, to be able to acknowledge you properly when you come on. And be sure to join Roland and me again. We come every morning, Monday through Friday at 8 o'clock. I know that's early, but I'm an early bird. Enjoy your day, make it powerful, and I will see you all tomorrow, Friday. Have a great day. Bye now.